I'm Becky Sue with Anaheim Rod and Custom. Behind me, we have my 1958 Ford Fairlane Victoria two-door hardtop. Today, I'm going to be doing some basic routine maintenance on my car, beginning with an oil change. My car has a 352 FE block flat tappet cam, which requires a high zinc oil. So what I'm using today is Lucas Hot Rod Classic high zinc oil. For your car, make sure to check your owner's manual for the specifics on what application and weight you're going to need. Supplies that we're going to need today, besides the oil, you need gloves because the stuff's toxic. You don't want it getting into your pores in your body, so protect yourself. And you're going to need a new oil filter. I've got an oil rag to catch any drippies. Now, this filter might be difficult to remove. Might not always be necessary to have one of these tools, but I do recommend it because not everyone has a lift to work with once you're under that car. If it's been over tightened or didn't get put on by lubricating it, what have you, it can really be tough to remove. So you've got one of these guys, and these are the only other tools you're going to need is this wrench here too. I went under my car and took a look before beginning the job. I need a 3/4 inch box wrench to remove the oil bolt. And once that bolt's removed, your oil's going to flow out. You need an oil catch pan. Make sure the oil catch pan has no holes and that it is the right capacity for your engine so you don't overflow and spill. Before I drain my oil, I'm going to take a look and see what my level's at and what the oil looks like. So you start by pulling your dipstick to do that. I can see that it's full, and my oil does definitely look like, I put some miles on it and it needs to be changed, but I don't see any like corrosion. It doesn't look like, no head gaskets are leaking. I don't have any mixture of fluids, So we're good to go. We're going to take you down under the car and pull off that oil drain plug. First, we're going to remove the oil drain plug. It's important that you have a cool engine because once this starts flowing out, it will be like liquid magma running down you if you haven't. Alrighty, now off with the oil filter. That was actually easier than I expected. Okay. Whoop. Pop that in there. Let that drain. So once your engine oil is done draining, don't forget to put your drain plug back in before refilling your system. Tightening it down, but not too tight. Okay, just right. Now we've got the oil out of our engine. What do you do with it? Okay, so you do need to make sure that this is properly disposed and recycled. I've got this catch pan here. I'm going to end up pouring this into my containers from the new oil when I'm done. And you can take it, I have a business where I pay and I have my stuff recycled. I have a big drum. But if you're doing this in your home garage, like O'Reilly or AutoZone, you can take it there and they'll take your used motor oil, or a household hazardous waste center to properly dispose of this. Okay, let's see what we get. So oil acts like a detergent. It cleans your engine, so it is normal for it to be black as it's used. But what I'm doing now is just kind of looking through it, making sure that there's no sparkle. So I've got this out in the sun, I don't see any specks of metal. You want to make sure that it doesn't appear that there's a different type of fluid mixed in with it. So all appears to be well in that system, and we can go ahead and fill her back up. Alrighty, so before I put this on, I'm just going to take some of my clean motor oil and lubricate this gasket right there, and that'll help it from seizing up on the block. Alrighty. Now typically you want to spin this thing on, tighten it until you feel that rubber ring compress. 20 to 30 pounds, not even that much. We should be good. And you'll want to check your system for leaks after you do this. You know, keep an eye and make sure you're not leaking from your drain plug or from here, you know. Check your oil again in a week and see the level. So we're going to pour a small amount of oil in rather than this whole 5 quarts at once. Pour a small amount in and then take a peek under the car to make sure that none is leaking out where you put on your filter or your drain plug. An inexpensive and simple thing that you can do to keep your classic car or regular car on the road for a long time is to change the motor oil regularly. You might not have an odometer that works on your classic, so you don't know exactly how many miles you put on it. Or maybe it's a low mile collector car. I've got a few cars in my collection. I don't know exactly how many miles I put on it, but I'm going to put fresh oil in them just before the car show season, like every summer. Might not have been used a lot or necessarily time to change it, but like I said, it's so simple and inexpensive. So I'm putting in 5 quarts of motor oil. Check your engine specifications for how much yours takes. And when we're done, you know, you can obviously use your dipstick and check and see if you need to add a quart. You know, I wouldn't just put it all in and call it done. When we're done with this, we'll want to check and see. All right, now make sure you take your funnel out so you don't have a Tommy Boy accident on the road. Okay, let's see how it did. And ta-da! Thanks for watching. I really enjoyed filming this basic maintenance video for you, and I look forward to doing more in the future.